All right. Okay, cool. All right, you guys. I'm gonna hide all this shit.
Oh, hello. Well, Poopies hides all that shit. Let me introduce myself. I'm not Poopies, and this is not the Poopies podcast as originally advertised. It's a long story, so I'll give you the Cliff's Notes. Poopies wanted to make a podcast, just like everyone else ever. On paper, Poopies seemed like a great podcast host with his vast experience in film, his long list of famous friends, his athletic prowess, his many exciting travel stories, and his easygoing, zero fucks given attitude. Turns out, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. In reality, Poopies is arguably one of the worst podcast hosts in the entire world. Preparedness, depth of story, and show structure are foreign concepts to this man. He should be permanently banned from podcast hosting. But Straw Hut Media felt bad for the guy, so we've decided to try and make it work by rebranding the show as the shittiest podcast. Because even if this podcast makes us look stupid, at least the title tells the truth. So, now that you know what you're getting yourself into, join me, the narrator that Straw Hut Media hired to try to salvage Poopies' attempt at hosting the shittiest podcast in the world.
I got some questions for you.
Okay, glad to see you're prepared.
Put your hands together for Poopies!
Bro, I freaking got in so good. Just, boom, huge barrel.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I was sick. I was stoked. Welcome. Today we have a very special guest, Johnny Knoxville.
Since Poopies didn't prepare a bio for Knoxville, we'll give you a brief background. Johnny Knoxville is an American stunt performer, actor, and filmmaker. He is best known as a co-creator and star of the MTV reality stunt show Jackass, which aired for 3 seasons from 2000 to 2002. A year later, Knoxville and his co-stars returned for the first installment in the Jackass film series, with the second and third installment being released in 2006 and 2010, respectively. Jackass Forever was released in 2022, which he said will be his final contribution to the Jackass franchise.
Hey, Poopies, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, dude? I can't believe you're in my podcast, dude. This is sick.
Here I am. Did you prepare for the interview, or did you kind of wing it?
I freelanced it. Yeah, I winged it.
You weren't studying my bio today and thinking of good questions?
I did, actually. I did. I got some for you.
Okay. Glad to see you're prepared.
Yep, I got some questions for you. I just got to find them.
You're about to hear Poopies stall for time while he searches for those questions he claims to have prepared.
How was Germany?
Oh, it was good. We promoted Jackass Forever over there and kind of lost my voice promoting.
Oh, that's good. That means
promoting.
That means you did a good job.
Rule number 1 of Poopies Laws of the Universe. In order to do a good job, one mustn't find one's voice, one must lose one's voice.
Jeff accidentally got lit on fire a couple times in the bars.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
Sick. I saw you guys were cruising in that, some old school car.
Yeah, it was a East German car that they made into a stretch limo.
Dude, that's so
and it's
sick.
made of plastic.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's safe, huh?
Yeah, well, safe enough.
Yeah, for sure. That's sick.
Mid-conversation, Poopies has finally found the interview questions on his phone. So he needs to find a way to naturally segue into them without being too abrupt.
Here's a couple questions for you, Knox.
Did you write these yourself, or are these?
These are from my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, how long has she been your ex?
For a while. Remember when we were talking?
How long? But you still talk to her, or she wrote these questions a long time ago?
No, I still talk to her. These came up today. These questions.
Is she a writer on this show?
No, but she might get hired.
This is the first time we are hearing about hiring Poopies' ex-girlfriend. Please take anything this man says with a grain of salt.
Let's see what we think of the questions. But yeah, remember that chick when I was telling you about where I broke her heart? Remember me and Steve-O sat down after?
Poopies, I get so many photos of girls from you. I know. There is no way to remember.
I know. All right. Anyways, okay. First question. Okay, what kind of kid were you growing up? Were you always wild?
This is actually a great question. In podcasting, we often like to start with the guest's origin story. Huge thanks to Poopies X for this one.
I guess I was a little rambunctious. When I was little, I had asthma really bad, so I was in the hospital a lot. But I played all the sports, like basketball, baseball, football, but every now and then I'd have to go to the hospital because of my wheezing.
Yeah, the asthma.
So I was either going full bore or had to come to a complete stop.
Oh, fuck, dude. Asthma's gnarly, yeah.
Well, it's okay. I'm doing okay now.
I know. I just feel... My friend had asthma, and he would always have to... He couldn't, like, do a lot of sports and stuff like that, like you were saying, like, kind of limited him from...
Yeah, I try not to let it limit... I mean, I don't know what his degree of asthma was. Probably worse than mine, but I didn't want to... You're a kid, and I didn't want to be limited by it just because... I didn't even think about it. I was like, okay, this is one thing I'm dealing with, and I'll deal with it the best I can. Because when you're a kid, you don't... I didn't think about like, oh, this is going to limit me. You try to work around that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Sort of out of nowhere, Poopies remembers his favorite thing, surfing. So naturally, he hijacks the conversation like the stellar host that he is.
I went to La Jolla for this last swell, and we surfed this reef slab. And no one can get into it because they're on short boards. And I had the big 8-foot log Jackass board. Bro, I freaking got in so good. Just, boom, huge barrel.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I was sick. I was stoked. Yeah, but I've been using that board you guys gave me, so.
How was it not surfing for a while after...
Dude.
How long did you go without surfing after the shark biting accident?
Bro, I went like 6 months, maybe 5 months. And that was the worst too, because it happened in May, and then all summer long I was in my room just chilling, and there were south swells going off. I was like, freak. I was like, so I just really couldn't really look at my phone or anything, like couldn't look at the boys' stories or anything because they're all on surf trips and shit, and I was like stuck in my bed.
And surfing like helps you relax and like evens you out. Like it helps me.
For sure, dude.
And so were you doing anything during those 6 months to replace that?
I mean, I'd go and check the waves. That was all I could do pretty much. Is just
But no other kind of exercise or?
Masturbation.
Jerking at stale fish?
Yeah, stale fish. And I'd try the stranger. I call it the stranger now because I can't feel half of it.
Stranger is Poopy's hand. He was attacked by a shark and can only feel half of his hand now.
So... yeah, I tried the stranger.
And how'd that go?
I couldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird. It just didn't feel right.
It's all about the leverage, right?
Yeah.
You can't get the leverage.
No, yeah. It was weird, yeah. Couldn't get it really, but yeah. But yeah, surfing's like my passion. And I seen that you started surfing.
Yeah. I haven't been surfing for a little bit, but I love it.
Yeah.
You know, I've only been surfing like 3 years, and I'm terrible, but I love it.
Yeah, you got to wait for that warm water.
Yeah, it's cold water here in
the cold
California.
water sucks, dude.
And I'm in a 4.3. Like, even if it's 90 degrees, I'm in a 4.3 wetsuit because I can't take the cold.
Yeah.
Unprompted, Poopy suddenly realizes he forgot Johnny's birthday is today.
Today's your birthday.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Poops.
How did I not know that?
I don't know. I think there's a few things that might escape you. But
What's
that's
today?
okay.
Fuck, dude. I feel so bad.
Don't worry about it.
What is today? Happy fucking birthday, dude.
Thank you, man.
Dude, 50.
51.
51.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's the 11th. So it's March 11th.
You're right, Poopies.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... fuck, dude. I'm sorry.
No.
Happy birthday, dude.
Oh, thanks, Poopies.
Why didn't anyone put anything on the group text?
I don't know.
Huh. I'm going to put... Oh, I see it now. I'm going to put it right now. Happy birthday, Knox.
Oh, well, you're texting me right now?
Uh-huh. On the group message. There you go. Legend.
In a moment of clarity, Poopies remembers that this is a podcast and he's here to host it, which means he needs to get back to his questions.
So if you had a passion, what would it be like?
Well, outside of work?
Yeah.
My kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm in town, I just,
Just cruise with the kids?
Yeah.
That's what's up. I seen that. I saw that about you, and that's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, they're the most fun.
That's so sick. I want some kids one day, dude.
Well, you keep going the way you're going to have a few.
I'm waiting for one.
Screaming Jay Hawkins had 75. You think you can top that?
No.
75 kids.
I would have to start when I was like 13. That's crazy.
All with the same wife.
No way.
I'm kidding about the same wife.
I was going to say, holy shit. I believed you for a second, dude. I believed you. So, your passion outside of work is your kids?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And
do they surf?
Surfing too. Yeah, they surf and they skateboard.
Sick.
And Rocco plays baseball. I help coach his team.
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
you don't give him any special treatment because
no. It's all the kids get treated the same.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So
that's
I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah. When I was little, I always wanted my parents to be the coach, but they're always busy working and stuff. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Can we go? Let's look at another question.
Yeah. Okay.
At his wit's end, Johnny Knoxville has no other choice but to take over the job of podcast host by hijacking the conversation and pivoting to part 5 of this episode, the ex-girlfriend.
And this is from your ex-girlfriend?
From my ex-girlfriend.
What's the chance of reconciliation?
What's that mean?
Reconciliation. The restoration of friendly relations.
Sorry. What's the chance of you guys getting back together?
I don't know. I don't know. This episode of the Shittiest Podcast is presented by Manscaped. Shave your balls.
Fellas, have you started spring cleaning yet? The carpets need cleaning, the drapes need dusting, and your lawn needs mowing. Do you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Spring has sprung, and the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming have the best tools for cleaning aisle 5 in your pants. Time to clear out your winter bush and join the other 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code POOPIES. That's POOPIES for 20% off. I like to start off my spring cleaning with the use of Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. I get the most precise shave on my hedges. Oh, and it's waterproof as well, so that's convenient. Just take it in the shower, do your quick thing, everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. Also, the Performance Package 4.0 is the only tool you need to keep your boys looking and smelling like fresh tulips. Dudes, go get 20% off plus free shipping with the code POOPIES at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code POOPIES at manscaped.com. It's time to throw out your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life.
Now let's watch Poopies attempt to take back the role of host with this doozy of a question.
Let's see what else she gave us for a question. What is your favorite Jackass memory from filming over the years?
My favorite memory. I don't know, like a specific, like people ask me about a favorite bit, you know?
Mm-hmm. Could have been off camera, on camera.
Yeah. But I will say that this just jumped in my head, and I don't know if it's my favorite memory, but it's one of them. It was on the first day of Jackass 3D, and first of all, Bam and Ryan Dunn called the police on Aaron, said there was a stalker on set.
Shut the fuck up.
And a police helicopter came over, and Aaron ran into the woods like he had done something.
Yeah.
And then when we finally started filming, Pontius had a knife. And he was trying to stab Aaron. And this was like we had a full 3D crew. Like we have a whole separate crew. And Jeff is like sitting in front of a monitor with headphones. But we can't shoot because Pontius is trying to stab Aaron. And so I have to go over to Jeff. And I'm like, Jeff, Pontius is trying to stab Aaron. And Jeff gets up and he takes off the headphones. He's like, fuck. Pontius, come here. Give me the knife. Bonnie's like, give me the knife. Okay. And then we could go back to filming.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. Dude.
Aaron really took it on the chin that first day.
That's awesome. Pontius loves his knives, yeah.
And hatchets.
I remember we were on...
He makes them.
Yeah, we were on set and he brought a hatchet that he made.
Yeah, and he knows all about the history of the knives and the hatchets, and he'll walk you through it.
Oh, that's epic.
Just snotted a little.
Oh, it's all right.
I remember he came to the beach to play with Rocco and Arlo. Him and May came to play with Rocco and Arlo, my kids. And he had his hatchets on him. And he had some twine where he made a slingshot out of twine and some sticks. And he had things for him to shoot.
That's so funny.
Like, who does that?
Right?
Claudius.
Yeah, MacGyver.
We'd like to take a moment here to congratulate Poopies on knowing what MacGyver means. Poopies has just earned his first gold star. We'll be tallying those all season.
Yeah, he MacGyvered a slingshot.
Yeah.
Or was it a bow and arrow? It was a bow and arrow. It was
No
it was
way.
crazy.
That's so funny.
He whittled the arrows.
Now let's hear Knoxville effortlessly steal back the hosting role.
And what were you like as a kid growing up, Poopies?
Dude, I was freaking wild, bro. Like, in kindergarten, I guess I don't even remember this. My mom told me. I guess I was in school, and I guess I just got up out of my seat one day and started jumping, got on top of the desk, started jumping from desk to desk to desk.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, and that's when I got diagnosed with ADHD.
Oh, really? When
Yeah.
you couldn't sit still?
Yeah,
And
I
that stayed with you all of school and those kind of things. Did they put you on any kind of medication?
Yeah. So I started taking Ritalin when I was in like kindergarten.
Right.
It was 9 pills a day.
9 pills?
3
What milligram?
I have no clue. But it was like 3 in the morning, 3 at lunch, and then 3 at night. Every day for like fucking 5 years.
And could you sleep?
I could sleep, but it was just, I was just always like focused or like, I don't know, quiet. I'd take it and I'd be all quiet, you know, I'd like clam up kind of.
Yeah, it's weird how they give you speed for hyperactivity.
Yeah, dude. It was
But
freaking...
the way I understand it is like a part of your brain that calms you down is not working, so they give you speed to like amp you up to wake that part of the brain up. So it's like, oh, I forgot my job. I better calm you down.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor.
Dude, I honestly, I freaking hated taking it.
And how long did you take it?
Dude, I took it from kindergarten to like 3rd grade.
And why'd you come off of it in 3rd grade?
Because I would take it and I wouldn't be myself, you know? And then I remember not taking it and I'd be wild and freaking awesome. You know what I mean? And then so my mom would be like, oh, take your pills. And I'd be like, fuck these pills, dude.
And so you decided in 3rd grade you weren't taking them anymore? Or your parent?
I did, yeah. I would like wait for them to go away and then like throw them away, you know?
But so they thought you were taking them?
Yeah, they thought I was taking them.
How long did that go on?
Maybe like...
Till my junior year of high school?
No. I probably did that from like... It was like 3rd grade, I think, to like 5th grade, I think. In between there.
And then 5th grade?
5th grade, I just I started giving them to my brother to sell.
So how long did you take them and your parents thought you were taking them?
For like 6 months.
From 3rd grade to 5th grade?
Rule number 2 of Poopies Laws of the Universe. Avoid math at all costs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm trying to think. I don't even remember how long.
Right.
Honestly, I don't even remember how long.
Was there ever a decision by your parents, okay, you don't have to take them anymore?
No. They just found out I wasn't taking them. And then they're like, you need to take your pills. And then I'd get back on them. And then that's when my brother was in high school and he started selling them.
How much was he making off of them?
I think like $5 each or some shit.
And did he cut any money to you?
No.
How did you negotiate that
I didn't
deal?
know. I just like take these things. I don't want them. And he's like, I can sell them. I was like, fine, sell them. But yeah, I didn't get any money from
No
them.
halfsies?
No halfsies. No.
Well, you are a sweet man.
Yeah. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have 2 older sisters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 8 and 10 years older.
Nice. Did they toughen you up when you were little?
Yeah. They spoiled me, but they also like would throw me around, and all their friends would. You know, in high school, like I was programmed to do whatever my sisters or their friends or my father told me to do. You know, like at 3 or 4, I'd walk in a room and all the men would cover up their nuts because my father would always put me to hitting people up to hitting people in the nuts.
Shut up.
I was an assassin.
Shut up.
And I had the filthiest
It's in your
mouth.
blood, dude. It's in your blood.
I had the filthiest mouth at 4 years old. Just swear, like terrible, filthy poems I would tell, and
No way.
filthy jokes.
No way. Would they be like, Johnny, say this?
Yeah, and then I didn't, they'd have me tell jokes that I didn't know what they meant.
You just
You know
knew
why
how to-
was Bunker Hill so slick?
Why?
The British were coming.
Oh,
I was like
yeah.
4 or 5 telling people that joke.
Dude.
And then I'd be like, I don't get it. And then that would be more laughs.
Yes. That's so good.
But I was a mean kid when I was like before kindergarten.
Really?
But just not like mean-spirited.
Just like Henri.
No, I was just put up to do, I was their plaything, and they would just put me up to do mean things.
They had fun with you.
Yeah, I remember like going to Chattanooga to my cousin's house, and one of the guys, Ziffel, was really into wrestling, and he would pile drive me all the time.
No way.
Yeah, he'd stick my head between his legs, jump up on the ground, and boom!
Shut up.
And I remember a couple times, like,
Shit.
my bell would be rung. I'd see stars.
I bet, dude.
So,
Dude. So yeah, you got brought up not in the most nicest environment.
no, it was, but then also they would, my sister's girlfriends would always pick at me all the time. So I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great to be able to act up as much as I did, but my mom didn't like when I did that. So I had to like temper it around her.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah. I remember,
Was your dad working all the time?
yeah, he owned a tire company.
Oh, nice.
So, but he worked all day, very hard job, a lot of manual labor.
For sure.
But he would come home and like he was always at my mom and dad, I don't think ever missed a baseball game or a basketball game or a football game I did. They always drove me to practices all the time. I was on a travel team in baseball and like travel around the South to play baseball.
Sick.
And yeah, they were always in the stands and super supportive that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, parents are awesome. I know you gotta really take advantage of them while they're still here. Mm-hmm. For sure. Should we?
You and your old man are close, right?
Oh, dude, me and my pops are freaking like brothers, dude. He's from New York, and so he still has that New York mentality,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, He doesn't give a fuck, like.
What part of New York you grew up in?
In Long Island.
And then, but you grew up in Missouri?
So I was born in Riverside because my mom was a Valley girl in San Bernardino Valley. So my mom was a Valley girl and my dad was in the military. Mm-hmm. And he was a door guy at this bar in San Bernardino, and they'd close the bar and have chicks after hours. So he goes up to my mom. He goes, "Hey, you want to stay after, and hang out?" She goes, "Yeah, I'll stay after." So they closed the bar down, and then he invited my mom to come hang out after hours, and that's how they met.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
What service was he in?
He was in the Marines.
Right.
Yeah, he was a mechanic, a jet mechanic.
Mm.
Yeah, so he was always just trying to fix all the engines and get them going and stuff. But yeah, he actually went to England and they got the first double-seated Harrier. So the Harrier that just takes off like that?
Yeah.
So that's what he worked on.
Wow.
So yeah, they flew him over to England to put together the two-seater and fly it back.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. He's got pictures of him in the Harriers. Like, it's pretty sick shit.
Now, but did he continue working in aviation after he got out of the military?
Yeah, he got out of the military, and then he actually, I think he started doing a bunch of drugs and shit, and fucking kind of like, we kind of lost him for a while.
Right.
And then he got his shit together, and then I remember he was like getting out of jail or something. He worked at the San Diego airport, and he was a fuel tanker, and he'd call us when he's at the end of the takeoff, and he'd be calling us at the end and be like, "Yeah, I'm just at the end, boys, watching this plane take off, San Diego." I was like, "We want to go to San Diego."
Right.
So that's when.
Can you say what he was in jail for?
He got a DUI, never paid for it.
Right.
So he
and how long was he away from you?
Well, he was away from us for a while. He would be like off and on, like I don't know. He was probably he was partying, you know. He's a party guy. Mm-hmm. And he'd tell us, "Hey, we're going to come get you on the I'll come get you on the weekend, you know. You could come stay with me on the weekend." And we're like, "Fuck yeah."
And then sometimes
he wouldn't show up.
Yeah.
And that was like fucking devastating, you know?
Yeah, that's rough.
You kind of like lose trust in someone, you know?
My dad drank too, and it was kind of, I mean, he was always home, but when he came home drunk, it was no good. Yeah. Did you eventually move out to live with your father to California?
Yes.
What age?
I moved to Carlsbad, California in 8th grade.
Right.
So it was weird because from Missouri to Carlsbad was a big change. But it sucked because we left my little brother, dude.
Right.
Like, dude, I felt so bad for little brother, dude.
So you moved?
Me and my older brother.
Right.
Because I couldn't really leave my older brother, you know? Like, I looked up to him so much and, like, kind of followed him, you know? So I couldn't really, like, separate from him.
Right.
But I felt so bad for my little brother, dude, because he was only, like, maybe, like, 6 or 7, you know? And he looked up to us, like, he was, like...
But that's a different... is that a different father?
Yeah, different father. But he was still, like, our father, you know?
Yeah. He's still your brother.
Yeah, Scott Ellis, that's my stepdad, and Cody Ellis, that's my little brother. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, my stepdad fucking he's the man, dude. He's so cool. He makes moonshine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the one who makes moonshine.
Well, have him send some out.
I know. I fucking had some to send out for you, and then they wouldn't check my luggage bag, and I couldn't bring it.
Oh, they checked your luggage bag and saw it?
Yeah, they busted me. It was in a fucking, it was like in a olive oil bottle. Reported into that, and I wrote on it with a Sharpie, "Poopy Shine."
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I was gonna.
So disguising it in the olive oil bottle, you just took that all the way by putting "Poopy Shine" on it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have put that on there, dude. I was like, "Fuck."
How did they ever guess?
No, I was like, "Fuck." I should have waited to put that on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to get some for you.
Maybe you can ship some out.
Yeah, we've been trying to do that, but we don't know how. He's been trying to do that, but.
Well, I mean, I don't. This is just me spitballing. You get those mason jars.
Legally, we can't let you hear Knoxville's moonshine trafficking know-how because he could get in trouble. You're not missing much, though. The advice wasn't very good.
That'd be sick. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Popcorn Sutton.
Yeah, I got to meet him.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah, he was an amazing person. Like, if you called Central Casting and said, "Send me a Tennessee moonshiner," and they sent Popcorn Sutton, you're like, no, that's too unbelievable.
Right?
Because he looked exactly what you think a Tennessee moonshiner looked like. Skinny old guy, overalls, big long beard, and he was getting ready to go to prison, right? Because he was a moonshiner.
Yep.
But he did a lot of videos on making moonshine.
Yep.
If you're selling something illegal,
don't make videos.
Yeah. Or if you're trying to transport something illegal, don't write "Poopy Shine" on it.
Yeah, for sure.
He committed the cardinal sin.
Dude, Popcorn's the man, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, Missouri was fun, dude. I freaking grew up on a farmhouse. They paid, my mom and stepdad paid $400 a month for a five bedroom farmhouse.
Wow.
Yeah, $400 a month. And we had 10 acres on it.
That's an amazing deal.
Yeah.
What city?
Carthage, Missouri, where Preston is from.
Right.
Yeah, me and Preston went to the same elementary school as well.
But many years apart.
Many years apart, yeah, but same school, yeah. It's
That's
pretty
great.
Crazy, yeah. Yeah, but so the farmhouse was freaking awesome because there was a big barn it was an empty barn, and there's a big silo. So we'd always climb up to the top of the silo.
Did you have animals, or did you raise any crops?
No, we didn't have any animals. We had cats and dogs, but no animals. My mom always wanted animals, but we didn't really have time to take care of them. And
yeah. Did your mom work too?
Yeah, my mom worked. She was a GED teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I got my GED. She helped me out.
What year did you drop out of high school?
I dropped out when I was a sophomore, so that's 2005. I was supposed to graduate. So
Did you consult your parents about that?
No. My dad didn't even know.
So you would just go off to school every day like you're going to school?
So yeah, my dad would drop me off at school, and I had my beach cruiser, and I'd wait for him to leave, and I'd just boom straight back down to the hill, back to the beach with my beach cruiser, straight to the surf shop, grab my board and wetsuit, and go straight to the beach.
Oh, this is in Oceanside.
Yeah, in Carlsbad.
Carlsbad. Now, when did he find out you?
Like a month after, like because they weren't.
Oh, so you only did this for a month before he found out.
Yeah, or a month or two.
And so, what did he say when you were doing this?
Well, he thought I was going to school.
I know, but once he found out.
Oh, he was freaking pissed. Oh, he was so pissed.
But he didn't make you go back to school?
Nope, because he knew I didn't like it.
Right.
And I freaking love him for that, because he understood. He understands me, you know?
Uh-huh.
So I go, Dad, I don't want to go to school. I want to do something else. Or he's like, well, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to Missouri. You're going to go back to Missouri. So I went back to Missouri my junior year and studied for my GED with my mom. And, dude, I was there for a year. I took the test 4 times. I couldn't pass it. Bro, I was baffled.
Well, you were tenacious and you stuck with it.
I know.
You eventually passed it.
Eventually passed it here in California. Is it going good, Ryan? Okay. Johnny, you having fun?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Okay. All right, we got another question.
I learned a lot about you today.
Yeah, there's a lot more too, dude. Fuck, there's so much. All right, we got another question from my ex-girlfriend.
Is she going to be your soon-to-be girlfriend again?
I hope so, dude. Oh, this one's good.
Okay.
Is it true you broke your dick?
Yes, I did break my dick trying to backflip a motorcycle, I think in 2008 or 2009.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know how to ride a motorcycle, but I was convinced I could backflip one, so Travis
Oh,
Pastrana
really?
kept laying
They
out the clutch
convinced
for
you?
me. Well, I kind of convinced myself.
Yep.
I was like, I showed up that day, I'm like, I'm going to backflip a motorcycle.
Sick, yep.
And I did exactly what Travis told me not to do, was like, when you come off the ramp, don't let go of the bike, because it'll go 20 feet in the air and turn into a missile. It'll come back down and smoke you. And that's what happened. I landed on the ground and both my knees were behind my ears, and then the bike came in and broke its handlebar off in my crotch.
Oh my God, dude. And that's a metal handlebar?
It broke the handlebar.
And it's a metal handlebar?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I stood up and I felt like I was pissing my pants.
Oh.
And I took off my pants, and every time my heart would beat, blood would shoot out my cock.
Dude,
and
what
I went over
fuck?
to the medic. I'm like, is this bad? He goes, you got to get to the hospital right now, because they thought I had internal bleeding.
What the fuck?
So they rushed me into surgery, and I had 2 kids since then.
Nice. Oh yeah, dude. I'm glad your dick's all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's about where it
should be.
It's about where it tops out is all right.
For sure, yeah.
Which is good enough for me.
Fuck yeah, dude. As long as you can get a boner, you're psyching.
Yeah.
For real.
You want me to right now?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up, Johnny.
Okay, Poopies.
Thank you so much, dude.
Thanks for having me on your show and answering all my questions. I felt like I learned a lot about you.
Yeah. Thanks for answering my questions.
Yeah. Your girlfriend's
my
questions.
ex-girlfriend's questions.
Your ex-girlfriend's questions.
Yep. Yeah.
She did a very good job. You can text her and tell her she did a great job.
Should we give her a picture?
Sure. I mean, we can.
Okay, we'll do that later. But anyways, you guys, thanks for watching Poopies Podcast. There's more to come. I hope you enjoy it. It's pretty fried, but I'm just starting to learn, so it's all new to me, this podcast shit.
You did a great job, Poopies.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
You learn by doing.
Yep, you got to, yeah, exactly. That's how you learn, by making mistakes,
Yep.
So, well, I'll see you on Saturday for the family feud.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm psyched. All right, you guys, stay tuned. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Johnny!
We hope you've at least tried to enjoy the shittiest podcast with Poopies. To the listeners who made it all the way to the end of this episode, why? But also, thank you. If you'd like to turn your brain to even more mush, we hope you'll join us next week for episode 2 of Shittiest Podcast. The Shittiest Podcast is produced by the world's worst people: Tyler Nielsen, Brian Tillotson, Frank Driscoll, and narrated by me, the narrator. Special thanks to the Straw Hut team.